Good evening. My name is Shazana. So, can you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Shazwani Tulukman. You can call me Shazwani or Wani.
And can you tell me where you are from?
I was born in Kuala Terengganu, and currently I still live in Terengganu.
So, now in this first part, I would like to ask you some information about yourself. So, let's talk about your hometown. What is your hometown like?
My hometown looks like a village since I come from a village. So, like how a village looks like, my hometown, in my village, we have a stream, we have a river, and we also have paddy field.
So, has your hometown changed much since you were a child?
I was born 21 years ago, and until today, I did not see so much changes in my village, because until today, in my village, we still have stream and river, which some of the villagers still use it as a source of water, and also some of the villagers, they also work on the paddy fields, because paddy field is one of the source income for their family.
So, do you think your hometown is a good place to bring up children?
Yes, basically I think my hometown is a good place to bring up children, because nowadays children who live in the city, they do not have any experience bath in the stream or river, and also some of them, they do not have any experience had a close contact with the animals such as buffalo, cows, chicken. So I think it's very important to bring out these children to the hometown, because by doing that, these children, they can have all this kind of experience. And the most important thing is when we bring the children to the hometown, so they can learn about the nature, where they can learn about this in the city. So by that, the children, they will learn to appreciate the nature.
So, now let's talk about pets. Do you have a pet?
Yes, I do have a pet before this, but he has died a few years ago.
So, what animals are kept as pets in your country?
The most common pets that some of people in my country had is dogs and cats. Some of the people in my country also had exotic pets as their companion, but it's quite rare, because the most common one is dogs and cats, because I think it is easier to handle, and the most important thing is because maybe veterinarians in my country, they're more expert in these two pets, and not much of them expertise in exotic pets.
So, why do people keep pets?
One of the best reasons for people keep animals as their pet is because as their companion, because some of the person, they love to share their problem with the animals. Some of the people, they do not like to share their problem with the same species with them, therefore they share their problem with the other species to share their problem. Therefore, they keep the animals as their companion, for them to share their experience, to share the problem, because they think this animal, although they can't speak, but they are the best listener, and they are the best species or person that can keep their secret.
So, let's talk about reading. Do you often read?
Yes, I often read because I love reading.
So, what is your favorite kind of book to read?
My favorite kind of book is the religious book. This is because I want to improve my knowledge in my religion, and also at the same time, I also read the book on the other religions, because I have so many friends that come from the other races, and they come with many religions. Therefore, I do read some books about the other religions, because I want to learn about their religion, so that I will appreciate their religion.
So, now I'm going to give you a topic, and I would like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you will have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say, and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
So here's some paper and pencil for making notes, and here's your topic. Please do not write anything on the candidate task card. Alright, remember you have 1 to 2 minutes for this. Alright, remember you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Last few months, I bought a present for someone. The present was a keychain, which I bought it in Jalantar. The first time I saw the keychain, it reminds me about my friends because the keychain, it looks like a man that doing a piece, and when the first time I look at the keychain, it automatically remind me about him. So who it was for, I bought this keychain or this gift for my friends, which honestly he is my close friend. He is the one that helps me a lot during my study. He is the one that spend most of his time with me, and he is the one that I share a lot of my problem with. And the first reason why I choose this gift, my friend, he's a quite forgetful person. Every time after he use the keys as example, he will forget where he puts his key. So when I look at this keychain, I think this keychain is very essential for him because after this, my friend will hang up his keys with this keychain, and after he use his key, he can hang out at his room. So when he want to use it again, or he want to use the key, so he did not need to find where he put it, because he will know where he put the keychain. So why the person who received it was so pleased? I think he was so pleased when he received the gift from me, because it was me the one that gave the keychain. Because I think I am the special person.
We have been talking about a time when you give someone a present, and now I would like to discuss 1 or 2 general questions related to this. So let's consider first of all about presents for children. So what kind of presents do children ask for today?
Nowadays, we truly can say that most of the children, they want mobile phone as the gift for either for their birthday, or for the award of their success in studies. So I think the mobile phone is the most common request from the children for their use.
So what effect has advertising had on this?
In my opinion, advertising has a detrimental effect on children, because when the children see the advertising on either televisions or on the social media, it will influence them to request this gift or this type that have been promoting in the advertising. So they will request it from their parents, and it's not very good because these children, they do not know what the pros and cons of this item that have been advertised in the television. And when they request also from their parents might have some problems, maybe the cost problem for the parents to fulfill the request from their children.
So should advertising directed at children be banned?
As for me, yes. Advertising, like what I said before, advertising have its own pros and cons. So if the advertising, if it give beneficial effects to the children, so I do not think it should be banned. But when it comes to bad effects or detrimental effects, so I think it should be banned, as we know our children is the future leaders of our country. So we want them to grow up healthily, either mentally or physically. So what's the best, as long as the advertising give best effects, so it should be allowed. But as it give the detrimental effects, so I think yes, it should be banned.
So okay, let's move on the topic of consumerism. Is it better to shop in big supermarkets or in small local shops?
As for me, I will prefer to have shop in big supermarkets compared to small local shops. This is because when we go to the big supermarkets, there's a lot of brands, there's a lot of items that we can bought there, that we can buy there. If we go to local small shops, we can see, for example, one items is only have a few brands that related to the item. But when we go to the big supermarkets, there's a lot of brands that sell that item, which that offer us to more cheaper price. So as for me, when we choose big supermarkets, it promise us to save our budget compared we have our shopping in small local shops.
So what are the dangers of credit cards?
Credit cards actually it have its own pros and cons, but the cons are more. There are more cons than the pros. As we know, nowadays credit cards, when we have our shopping, so we just use our credit card without. We just give the one that the sales girls our credit card, and they just slide our credit card without need to ask us our PIN number. So if we misplace our credit cards, so someone else might have a chance to use our credit card. And the most big problems now is if we misplace our credit card, if someone bad person that found our credit card, so they got a chance to collect all of our data just from our credit card.
So thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test simulation. Thank you.
Thank you.